Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of What If Civilization Started Over? This is episode 8, and sorry if you hear squeaking noises in the hallway, that's our dog, but anyway, yes. That Lisbon sailor guy, remember him? Well, the Italian government also I fixed the alliance layer. Tell me if this is correct or not. Also, the dark green country isn't in the Circle Alliance anymore because they left last episode, but, well, the Lisbon sailor guy from last episode. He's going to, well, the government of Italy is going to tell him, hey, go west again. And he's going to be like, but there's no land out there. I discovered all of it. He's referencing these islands. And they're like, no, you haven't. So the Lisbon sailor guy will leave Lisbon and start curving north. He thinks he's going to go to these islands, but he doesn't. And then he misses them. And he starts going south. Goes right in between these islands and no one notices them. And then his crew has a his crew gets upset and so they start to turn around. But while they turn around, they hit Puerto Rico. And the Italian country will then claim Puerto Rico. Also, there are no Native Americans because no people were supposed to exist in this, like except for the people in Arabia over there. But no one else will do anything in Americas quite yet, as the Lisbon sailor sets up a colony and then starts going back to Europe. Speaking of Europe, the Greek country will go north. Is that the right color? Why does it look lighter? Maybe just because of this border. Let me get rid of it. He's lighter. Confused. Undo it. Uh, yeah, that looks right. More, I guess. Sorry about. No, it looks darker now. Sorry about this. This is confusing. No, sorry, color. Well, they'll expand farther up. Oh, and also, last episode, I was going to add a culture slash ethnicity map mode, but I forgot about it. So, let me do that real quick. So, got them there. Now I need to. Don't worry, this is not the original layer. Let's just turn the tolerance up a bit. Bucket 45. No. No. How about 40? And then we just do that to everybody. Some similar colors that are getting deleted when I do this. That, that, that. It's a lot. There's voices there, but let me finish this. Why is my computer so slow? Get rid of them. There's only a couple of them left. No, there. Let's turn the other layers off for now. Go into here. Sorry if the borders look a little bit like that because, but, now the first culture will be the original culture, which still covers most of Arabia, the red culture. Well, there is some pockets of the newer blue culture around that the blue government is trying. Also, this is like culture slash religion, just so you know. So this is also like religion. But anyway, there are some pockets of the blue culture that the blue country is trying to get people to follow, but or use more than the red culture, but it's kind of not working. However, it's not even very it's not even really strong in the capital, though there is some in the lump next to the capital. And the red country follows red religion, culture, red Clarigian culture. Oh. But anyway, they still follow it. And it goes like. Also, sorry if I color an empty land following like culture, religion slash thingamajig. Sorry. And the Egyptians culture, if it will load. Give me the Egyptian color, please. What the hell? I don't know what's happening. Um, uh, okay, now it's working. A majority of Africa follows the Egyptian really culture, though some places are trying to depromote it because um like the Blue Country, the Sinai Country, Libya, all those places are trying to make it so people don't follow it because it's they don't really like. Well, the Blue Country's kind of fine with it, but still. But so that because they don't want people to have the same culture as Egypt and they don't want Egypt to rise again. In Anatolia, we'd have like the culture, which a lot of people around here follow. And also, some of the Greeks follow it. because they were originally Greek countries. Greek countries? They originally owned Greece, as well as some of it is in southern Italy. But Greece overall has their own culture, and I'll be adding more to this map mode farther into the series. So we can actually get back to the this part of it. Well, as I was talking about Europe, some European things that Europeans might think about are to about are about to happen. Finland. Some Swedish and Norwegians who don't want to keep having rivalries with each other will go to Finland and form their own nation, which will quickly expand with people from all over Northern and Western Europe coming here. And then a deal will be made. A deal that most people probably wouldn't expect it because it's a deal between Sweden, Norway, and Finland, which is not really part of the unexpected bit of the deal. But the unexpected part is that Sweden and Norway are agreeing on a civilized division of land. Whilst before they were just racing to claim all the Arctic islands that they could, despite them being like useless. This land hasn't been fully explored, and Sweden doesn't know that they're getting way less than everybody else. And neither of them really know that they're getting useless land. They hoped it would be a little bit more useful than some of their current northern lands, but it's not. Finland will take their share, which is better than the rest, probably. Getting this out of that. But there's a big hole in Europe here, Central Europe. That's about to change, but not over here. First, there's something going to be changing in Russia. This northern former dark green country will begin expanding around into Russia, and it moves important government things farther north, also into Russia, becoming the Russian country, which will quickly become one of the larger countries as it's getting a lot of Russian land. And Russia's the largest country in the world. So that's what they'll end up looking like after they are done expanding for now. But we will see. This makes the unclaimed territory here in Central Europe almost completely blocked off from the unclaimed territory in Asia, and some countries are going to begin expanding into the unclaimed territory, like Ukraine, who will expand and expand until they're looking like this. Very look like. But that's not all. Another country, known as the Polish country, will break away from the German country as they don't really like the mix of cultures. They want to form their own separate culture from the rest. Oh, that's good color. From the rest of Europe. And to do that, they need first create a culture, which is going to be hard, if you know what I mean. So they will split off from the sorry, from the German country, and will begin expanding south till they look like this, meeting up with the Italian country. But then the South German country will take all of the land that remains, and we'll be seeing our first. Oh, sorry, I misspoke. Our second fully Balkan country form the North Balkan country will form, taking all this land. And then the leaders of Europe will meet in the South German country right there, and just to decide what to do with all this empty land. And it's a conference. And what they're going to do is divide up what remains unclaimed out here in Europe. So you don't want unclaimed European land. Poland will get a good chunk, as well as this country. Let me see what country. As well as the Hungarian country. They're not getting as much as Poland, just that, but they're still gaining some. Ukraine will gain some as well, knocking off the Hungarian country. Finland will gain some. And finally, well, almost finally, Russia will gain something. But now there's a whole bunch of empty land in the center, well, the center of Eastern Europe. Now, what are the European powers going to do with it? Well, they are going to do that. Create another country out of it. One that you would never expect to exist. And then Europe will become our first continent to be fully covered in civilization, unless you count like the Middle East or Greenland as a continent for some unapparent reason. But well, Europe is our first continent to be fully civilized. And now back to Asia. What happens here? No one must know. It's the law. Just kidding. Indian troops will invade the Purple Country, taking over their Sri Lankan colony before they can react. And then, this is a little too close. Um, and then entering into their mainland territory, exactly what the Purple Country feared since the moment of its formation. They're also just marching to this empty land. For no apparent reason. Oh, wait, but then they realize the reason they're invading from the top. And they begin conquering Purple Country territory, moving closer and closer to their capital, which is here for now, unless I change my mind. But then the Purple Country will entice initiate a secret operation with boats. The boats will go around here. These boats, they know what they're doing. They'll evacuate a huge portion of the Purple Country's population, stopping along the coast to pick up more, as well as important people. And they begin heading west. They heard of the land that the um Lime Country landed in. They'll flee across the sea and stay there. That is where they will land. In Hawaii. But this does not mean they've given up hope on their Asian area. Also, some people from the boat didn't want to go this far and thought that everyone was going to die if they did, and they got dropped off here in the Philippines, where they formed. This is still part of the Purple Country. They still have contact so that they don't lose each other. So this is part of the Purple Country now. But the new capital of the Purple Country has been moved over to the biggest island in Hawaii, which I believe is just called Hawaii. But yes. But anyway, back in the war, the Indian country is noticing some stuff. They're noticing, they're like, hey, where did all the government officials go? And weren't there boats in this harbor before? And like, well, I guess I thought there were more people living in this country than just like a few farmers and stuff. As they move through the countryside and catch the capital. They are very confused as they work their way down the coast. They only find a few people. They take these islands. They're like, what the heck? However, some farmer people who were very farmer-like when they were kids, um, rebel from the Purple Country because they're like, hey, how dare we get left behind? We're forming our own country. And this country agrees with the Lime Country to be at peace for now. And the Lime Country, it is also agreed that the Lime Country will get control over all of this, all the territory they occupied, every particle of it, whilst this country will get control of all the areas they didn't occupy. And one more, well, a couple more things before we go. The Italian country will land in Hispaniola and Cuba until they own the entire Caribbean. They will also then move up into Florida and the Yucatan, and they will begin taking Central America. And the age of, well, I guess I could call it colonization, but it's not really. The age of colonization has begun. Other European powers like Iberia will make their way across the ocean and land in places never before seen by these humans, at least, taking up all of Venezuela, the French country will also send out explorers. They will land here in Virginia, taking the area as well as the populated areas of modern day America. Well, the most populated. England will send out explorers from Scotland. We'll go south and end up landing there in Newfoundland. Newfoundland. It's not actually what it is called, it's Newfoundland. And they will begin expanding into modern day Quebec. Like the British and the French, they've like switched their starting positions in the modern world. It's weird. Um, the Belgians will also set sail and arrive here. The Germans do as well. And every European country that has access to the Atlantic arrives in Europe. Well, not in Europe, sorry, in America. But you might be asking, wait, what about Sweden and Norway? Well, Greenland's part of North America, but that's not what I'm talking about. Well, we're getting to that. Sweden and Norway will extend their race for territorial power to the Americas. Sweden will take these areas and end up getting more hospitable areas than Norway will end up getting. But Norway and Sweden, even if you don't count Greenland, suddenly become the biggest colonial empires in North America. Bum, bum, bum. And this continent is named Lisbon Sailor Gaiaca because he discovered it. Just kidding, no. But anyway, that is going to do it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to reach 40 subscribers and then 100. So, bye.